Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Craig, Superintendent for Western Rural School District, and we are back for our board recap. And this month we'll be recapping our December meetings, and in December we only have one meeting, and that took place on December 9th. And so we will go through our process of those who make a difference, and we will summarize our three-step processes as well. So on December 9th, Hope Wall recognized the Hope Wall Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts for collecting and donating over 2,000 pounds of food that was split between the Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry and the Marie Wilkinson Food Pantry. This presentation was delivered by Dr. Terry Collette, who was our principal at Hope D. Wall School. Now, if you remember, we have three categories in our board meetings: information, discussion, and action items. And we always start our information portion off with our school improvement plans. And this meeting was the school improvement plan for Hope D. Wall. And it was presented to the Board of Education by Dr. Terry Collette, who once again is our principal at Hope Wall. We also had some other information items, and there was a proposal and quotes for the purchase of district school bus cameras that was presented to the board for information by Lynn Head, who is our Director of Transportation. Now, these cameras are just for our replacement buses that was presented our previous month, but this would make sure that all of our buses have that capacity. We also had a proposed calendar for the 2020-21 school year. And we also had a draft calendar, because we always have a presentation for next year's school, and then we have a draft for the following year. So we have 2 years rolling. So there was a draft calendar for the 21-22 school year, and that was presented to the board for information by Dr. Michael Smith, who is our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources. There was also 3 prior trip approvals that was presented to the board for information, and all 3 trips are out of state and involve students in our Air Force Junior ROTC program. And those approval forms and information were shared in the backup for our board members to review. There was also, as we always have, an update on recent community events and efforts that was presented to the board by Ana Gonzalez, our Director of Community Affairs. Now, this meeting we didn't happen to have any discussion items, so we went right to our action items. We have several of those. They're rather lengthy, so I'll try to go through them slowly. Our first action item, the board approved a resolution that abated a portion of the tax heretofore levied for the year 2019 to pay for debt service on the taxable general obligation school bonds series 2015A, which are our qualified energy conservation bonds of the district. The second action item, the board approved a resolution abating a portion of the tax heretofore levied for the year 2019 to pay for the debt service on the taxable general obligation school building bonds, series 2016. And these were part of our qualified school construction bonds of the district. Our third approval, the board approved a resolution abating a portion of the tax heretofore levied for the year 2019 to pay the debt service on the taxable general obligation school bonds, series 2017C. These are also part of our qualified school construction bonds of the district. And then our final, we had the board approved and authorized the amount stated on the attached certificate of tax levy, and they adopted the resolution authorizing and directing the tax levy. So that concludes our meeting for December, and we will be back to you at the end of January or early February to recap both of our January meetings. Thanks for listening.